audited facilities, and I believe we have a preliminary report, and Mr. Menzel's going to go ahead and bring us up to date on.
Well, it's good. It's a good thing that you have time because I don't have copies or a PowerPoint. I was just going to read. So, just kidding. For those who don't know. So essentially, as you mentioned, we had a facilities audit. This is phase one. Tomorrow we'll be getting. This is actually the first draft. The full first draft with some corrections will be on my desk tomorrow morning. Also be delivered via thumb drive, so we'll give you each a flash drive to read this. I recommend focusing on the executive summary. And there's a lot of supporting documentation behind this, and there are two phases of the facilities audit. So this was designed to give us the broad overview of all the facility assets that the new school district, Ypsilanti Community Schools, will be responsible for, as Ypsilanti will run CSTVS as independent districts. It's also a part of what you need to take into consideration now that you've adopted the plan that was outlined for small learning communities, allowing that educational programming to drive decisions about which facilities to use next year. And the good news is you have a full 14 days to contemplate those kinds of decisions, and you also have to consider the budget implications of any decision you make as well. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done in a very short period of time, and we kind of knew this was coming. I also just kind of want to give you a forewarning. Tonight you had 3 presentations, and I don't know, is it 8:30? Past 8:30? You have 5 presentations on the 28th, including facilities and the easily non-controversial discussion on mascot and color. So that meeting starts at 6:30. I don't know if you want to think about starting earlier or if you want to just be prepared to stay longer, but it's one of those things where this keeps moving. It's incumbent that we give you the information you need to make informed decisions. I also just want to say, just to commend all of the presenters tonight. You've seen the true reflection of the community, engaged actively in this work. Every Thursday night, most of the communities, if not all of them, have been meeting. Some still met tonight. Culture and Climate had subgroup meetings tonight because they've got a lot of work to do and they've got recommendations coming up. And there were 4 groups meeting tonight, which is why some of them weren't here. We did move 2 presentations that were supposed to be on the 28th to April 11th, so otherwise you had 7. And I just said, plan to stay till the next day, but we avoided that for you. So there's a lot going on here. We hope to provide some preliminary thinking early next week in terms of the recommendations tonight and what might be strategies for using facilities in an optimal way going forward, because we want to test those theories with the larger community. And so we want to get that information out there, begin to have the discussion. I think that the meeting on the 23rd will focus a lot on that because we need to get community input. And all of those variables are important. The cost constraints, the educational programming, thinking about what the communities have committed to in terms of the facilities they're currently paying for. Everything is relevant in terms of those final decisions. We want to make sure you have the good information you need to make those decisions. That's kind of what you can be expecting for light reading this weekend or early next week.
Thank you, Mr. Menzel. Any quick questions from the board? We'll have plenty to discuss in the near future, I don't doubt. That takes us to superintendent comments.
Sure, a couple things. One, I know that we keep saying it, but I think it's very important that we publicly thank all of the people that are working so hard because we only had one chance to do this right. And everyone that is working is very dedicated. They're working day, they're working way into the night, they're working on Saturdays and working on Sundays. And we just want to make sure that they're always continuously thanked publicly because it's very much appreciated. It's just so important for our kids. And like I said, you get one chance to do it right. Thank you. I wish that Levon Davis was still here, but I would like to at least make it known that I did really appreciate and thank him for his comments, especially his closing remarks, because he said that it's important for us to recognize each other's differences and to work together and to get along, and for our community and for our district to be healthy. I thought that was just so important to be coming from a student. So I hope that he gets that, relayed that message to him. I really appreciate what he said.
Thank you. Mr. Martin?
Mine's a short ditto to everything she said. I've been watching Levante for a few years now, very young man, and I think he probably summed up a lot of things out of the mouths of babes. So still a lot of things to be hopeful for, a lot of work to be done. Appreciative of everybody who is chipping in, helping us through this process, and let's just keep moving.
Thank you very much. Any comments from the board? I think we had our turn. With that, we thank the community for joining us. We're adjourned.